back to the first cross game I have ever played, but in the n.sane trilogy. Let's do some Cross 2 Cortex Strikes Back. Which again, Cross 2 was the very first Cross game I ever played back on the PS1. We're going to be doing some remake of it, remaster in the n.sane trilogy. How's everybody doing? And also, how was everybody's Thanksgiving yesterday? Oh, I need macaroni, Mr. Crystal. I also need 25 slave crystals from the surface. How we expect to retrieve them? We don't have any of our because that.
You think I'm unaware of the situation? Don't have friends left on the surface.
It was all right. There was a good turnout with my Thanksgiving. There's a good turnout. A lot of people. It was a good turnout. And a lot of food too. There was lots of food. And even all that was eaten, there was still lots left. Which I'm not surprised, honestly. And I didn't eat so much during Thanksgiving yesterday. I thankfully didn't eat too much, making myself feel sick by eating so much. I thankfully didn't do it this year in Thanksgiving. Thankfully, I did not do it. I told myself to stop eating when I couldn't eat anymore.
Welcome. I apologize for the crude means you to bring me, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 gates. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash.
We're almost to Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, we're almost to Tuesday. We're so close to Tuesday. Tuesday is just right around the corner. Case and Cliffs Part 2 is just right around the corner. We're just 4 days. 4 days away. It's crazy. It just feels like Part 1 of Case and Cliffs just released not too long ago. But we're almost to the second part. Finally, we're almost to the Case and Cliffs Part 2. I'm so happy we're almost there. It feels like we've been waiting forever. Honestly. This is easy. Avoiding the crates because we're getting the blue gem. We're getting the blue gem, so it's easy. Probably one of the easiest gems to get. Blue gem hours. And now we can just fall into this pit and go back to the beginning of the level. Alright. Now we can break the crates. Because now we got the blue gem. And a lot of y'all would probably not be expecting that I was going to stream on Friday, because, you know, sometimes I do stream on Friday and sometimes I don't. But since it was also the day after Thanksgiving, I thought also, why not chill with y'all after Thanksgiving? You know, just like we did with Halloween. Why not do the same with that? Thanksgiving. Chilling after Thanksgiving. It's hard to believe we're almost in December. It's hard to believe we're almost in December. In 13 days till I'm 18. My birthday. My birthday's finally almost here. Which again, there will be something very special on my birthday. I'll be doing something very special on my birthday. And one of the things is related to dreams as well, because on my birthday, it's also a year since I started a walkthrough on dreams. A certain walkthrough on my dreams. You may have a guess of what it is if you saw last year when I first got dreams and the walkthrough I started on my birthday last year. It'll be a 1-year anniversary of the game that I began. Again, y'all may have a good idea of what it is. If y'all not too sure what it is. Because I bet Spyro knows. I for sure bet Spyro would know what game I'm talking about. I'm definitely for sure he'll know. Or he knows what I'm talking about without even saying it. Which it kind of also is crazy that it's been a year since I got that game on my PlayStation. How I got the dreams on my PlayStation not so long ago. Oh, come on, I can make that. There we go. There we go. I've made it. Good morning. What game? Oh. Yeah, you probably know what game I'm talking about that's on Dreams that I began last year. And it's related to one of your projects. It's related to one of your projects too. Remember what I began when I first got the game?
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Are you there, Crash? Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash?
But yeah, if you see what I'm talking about, by one of Spyro's projects that he made, at least the first one of revisiting. I still love in Crash Landed that this is the exact same crate placement. This is the exact same crate placement in Crash 4 and Crash Landed, and they did a little callback. Well, besides one of them being the Golden Wampa, but still, it's the exact same crate placement as just from this level in the start of Crash 4's Crash Landed, which again, I just love how they did a little callback to Crash 2. Hang on, the ice physics. Again, you just gotta love the ice physics here. Hang on, we'll get that TNT. There we go. We got it. We did it. Oh yeah, Spyro's Search for Cinder. That's right. I'm going to be doing a revisit of the Search for Cinder to celebrate of it being a year since I started that game and your EXE franchise that you made. And I think that would be great to revisit to celebrate. That's a good idea to revisit it a year later. Revisiting it a year later. There you go. If this was the original, I could cheat and get the red gem early. But again, the n.sane trilogy doesn't have the same glitches and stuff as the original did. Just the first one. Just because I started the Search of Cinder on my birthday last year, we're just gonna just revisit the first one, the Search for Cinder.
You are the cortex and the crystal. You have acquired gem. Well, Crash.
And it makes sense too that we revisit the first one since we began the first one. That day.
It's the fate world is truly your concern. Must be gather the gems, not the crystals. To obtain all 42 gems, I use them. Oh, it's a laser. Ah, yes, a laser beam that will destroy cortex as the space station he has created. Until then, I must use.
Oh, I think I've heard about that. I'm pretty sure I did hear about that, which is disappointing. This definitely has to be very disappointing. Especially for the Sonic fans. We're going to do exactly like we did in Turtle Woods. But this time, get to the timer and get that gem and then just go or just fall into the water and get to the checkpoint that we exactly were and get the rest of the boxes that we need. There you go. Now we can just fall into the water and go back to where we were. There you go. It's like nothing ever happened. because we can now collect the crates. Just because I wanted to go ahead and get that timer one done, that timer gem. Oh, I didn't. Y'all would not believe what time I went to sleep last night. Y'all would not believe what time eventually went to sleep last night. I don't know why. I mean, here's the funny thing. Yesterday, at the end of the day, I was very worn out. Obviously, I was very worn out yesterday because it was Thanksgiving, right? And of all the places I went to as well, and I was very worn out. But I just had a hard time sleeping last night. I don't know why. I thought I would sleep good because of how I was of how tired I was, but apparently it took me way longer than I thought. And I think it was like until 1 or 2 until I went to sleep. Yeah, like that is very early. And of course, I had to go to sleep so my elf on the shelf obviously could go back to the North Pole and then go to a new hiding spot too, which I did post as well on the community tab of where he is today. Every day I'm going to be posting where he goes or the new spots that he goes. Which he's a silly little thing, I can just tell you. And the good thing is also that it was sunny the whole day yesterday. Like, it was not cloudy or anything at like, yesterday morning. And going into 12, it was, like, lunchtime. It was very sunny outside, which was great. I'm glad it didn't. I mean, it was not until later that night when it started sprinkling, because it did start raining later on at the end of the day. But most of the day, it was very sunny outside, which I was happy about. And got to watch the Thanksgiving parade, which it was good. I mean, too many ads. Too many ads on or commercials on the Thanksgiving parade, though. Like, for real. So many ads on the Thanksgiving commercial. It's crazy. You would never expect to see so many ads, wouldn't you? Hello, everyone. Or hello there. Sorry about that video I made last night. Why are you sorry about it? I was just very confused. You don't have to be sorry. I just don't know. I just didn't know which one to choose. I did do the links, but I just did not know what one to do. Just saying, to be honest. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I mean, I watched, of course, the Sonic movie, but I'm not, like, huge, just like a huge fan like I am with Crash and Spyro and SpongeBob, Minecraft, Medieval, you know. Not like that obsessed, or not that huge of a fan, but again, I do like Sonic, just not a big fan of it. And like I mentioned before, it was great to see a lot of people on the Thanksgiving parade that were watching the parade. It was great to see a lot of people at the parade. But again, if it weren't for so many commercials, though, if it weren't for so many commercials, which one of the commercials were or was the final trailer of the Sing 2 movie. You know, Sing 2 that's coming on Christmas. That came on yesterday. One of the commercials. Which I want to see that too. I definitely want to see it because I like the first one. I love the first Sing, and I think this one will be good too. I would definitely like to watch it. I mean, it looks good too. It does look good and sad. It looks good and sad at the same time. Which, hey, a lot of movies are sad and good. I mean, if you wanna laugh at me for crying at Toy Story 4, then I'm okay with that. If y'all think it was funny that I cried or wanted to cry very much at the end of Toy Story 4, then that's okay. I'll definitely take that. I would definitely take that. But again, and Inside Out too. Inside Out was another movie when I saw it in the theaters that I just wanted to cry. Again, when it comes down to movies, I try my best not to cry because I'm always embarrassed. I think it's very embarrassing to cry in a movie or watching a movie. I just think it's embarrassing too, and feel like I'm just gonna embarrass myself. And again, I cried during the ending of Home Sweet Home Alone because it was just really great. Which any of the Home Alone movies I cry at, but again, I try my best not to cry when it comes down to movies as well, but I can't help it. And again, I just find it embarrassing too. I don't know why. That's just something I always feel. I always fear or feel like I'm just gonna get embarrassed by crying at a movie, right? Like at a movie, and I mean, hey, that's all right, right? You can cry at a movie. I mean, especially when they're emotional. I mean, again, I wanted to cry at Castaway when Wilson flew away, when Tom Hanks lost Wilson. I wanted to cry at that because of how that movie was. Oh, especially The Good Dinosaur. That was very emotional. Yes, The Good Dinosaur was definitely an emotional one. I definitely felt the emotions there. Guarantee I felt the emotions coming in with The Good Dinosaur. Oh. I thought everybody would get the roles or what have to do, be ready, or already. It was confusing. Again, it's alright. It's alright. I just didn't know what to do really. That's really all I thought. I just didn't know what to do. It wasn't your fault or anything. I mean, hey, we're all like that when it comes to stuff like that. We think people would understand too, but again, it's just It's like that sometimes. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. I'm trying to think if I felt like I was going to cry during Space Jam, A New Legacy. I don't think I may have. I may have felt like I was going to cry at Space Jam, especially with Bugs, even though obviously he didn't die. Which, again, it would be obvious if you heard spoilers at this point because, well, the movie's already been out so long, so it won't be surprising if you did hear spoilers or anything. Which I do apologize as well, but again, I don't think I'm not too sure at least if I felt like I was or going to cry at least at Space Jam. I may have, just not really too sure. Now the SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob the Run, I wanted to. Especially when you see SpongeBob cry. Whenever you see SpongeBob very sad, like on the SpongeBob movie, when he loses Gary, you just feel the emotions of him too. Or just feel it with him. And especially, have you seen the snail? Oh boy, have you seen the snail? That special is so heartbreaking as well. Like, especially the Gary Come Home song. Oh, especially that. Can we all agree with the Gary Come Home song? Oh, that is just so. Again, that whole episode is heartbreaking too, especially with that song. And you just see how SpongeBob feels and how sad he is without Gary. And again, and we're all like that too when it comes down to family and like someone and something you love as well, especially when you lose it. We definitely all been and know how SpongeBob feels like with that. But again, that whole special was just so make you want to cry too. Which, hey, I don't blame you if you cry. I mean, if you don't cry, I'm impressed if you don't cry during that special. But if you do, that's totally okay because it's supposed to. I guess it's supposed to make you feel very sad for SpongeBob, which obviously you have to feel bad for him. Like I said, losing pets and someone that you love is. We've all been there too, so we know how SpongeBob feels on that. I mean, again, just just whenever you see SpongeBob cry, when it comes down to SpongeBob, you just gotta feel bad for him. Because again, SpongeBob is a character that's always happy, right? And whenever he cries, you just have to feel bad for him. Especially in pizza delivery, right? In pizza delivery, you have to feel bad for SpongeBob when it comes down to once the customer rejects his delivery after all that hard work, and then Squidward actually feels bad for SpongeBob and steps up and basically helps SpongeBob, which again, that's what I love about Squidward. He cares about inside. He doesn't show it so much, but inside, somewhere inside Squidward, he does care for SpongeBob. And of course, pizza delivery was one of the reasons too. And in the SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob the Run, he said to basically when they were going to execute SpongeBob and Patrick, he also said that SpongeBob doesn't deserve to die because he is his best friend. He even said it himself on the movie. So, again, Squidward does care for SpongeBob. And Christmas Who. Can't forget Christmas Who. When SpongeBob got disappointed that Santa didn't come. And Squidward did one of the biggest sacrifices ever as well, just to make SpongeBob not sad. And again, that's definitely one of the great things about Squidward. Definitely one of the great things about Squidward is he cares for SpongeBob. I mean, sometimes he don't care for SpongeBob, right? Or it doesn't seem like it. Like in one of my hated specials that I just really do not like is the Who Bob What Pants one, which Squidward again does not care of getting SpongeBob back. Right? Squidward does not even care of getting SpongeBob or bringing SpongeBob back to Bikini Bottom after. Again, I just don't like that special. Everybody, SpongeBob's friends just seem so harsh on SpongeBob. I mean, I know I did do a how I would rewrite whatever happened to SpongeBob, and again, y'all would see how I would really. I tore that episode apart too. Again, it's just definitely one of the episodes that just gets you furious too. At least it makes me furious. I don't know why. It's just how SpongeBob's friends treat SpongeBob when he doesn't even do anything to deserve it too. Right? SpongeBob didn't deserve anything in this episode to deserve what he gotten. So you do got to feel bad for SpongeBob. And again, there are times that Squidward don't even care for SpongeBob, it feels like. Like, again, when he reads SpongeBob's diary, he's invading SpongeBob's personal privacy. Which I know a lot of people would say aren't diaries, of course, you would normally see just being a girl thing, but no, both boys and girls can have diaries. I don't know why people would assume it's not for us guys either. It can be also for that too. I mean, like on the Family Odd Parents, Cosmo also had a diary. Also had a diary as well. Which I do remember that episode where Timmy was invading Vicky's privacy in her diary, which again wasn't really that great. I mean, again, you really shouldn't invade anybody's privacy. You know, stuff like diaries and stuff is meant to be not looked at and supposed to be, well, especially a girl's diary also, I'm guessing. Yeah, right? How many penguins are there? Well, Squidward used to care for SpongeBob, but he still eats him. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And again, even in the newer seasons, too. Even in the newer seasons. Even in the newer seasons. I think in the 1950s, you usually seen a girl with a diary. Again, like I said, us men, boys can also would have one too. I mean, probably back in the old days, it would probably just not be like that, not have been like that, but or maybe just but you would probably say anybody with one now. It's personally, I don't even have one. I don't even have one, so that's that. But again, and like I was mentioning as well, diaries are also again not meant to be looked at too. Like I mentioned from the Family Odd Parents, in that one episode that Timmy invading Vicky's privacy by looking in her diary and Cosmo saying that diaries are, you know, not supposed to be invaded or anything. Even Wanda also mentioned it too at first until when Vicky's diary said that she was fat for some reason. I don't know why. Or she said the pink fish looked fat, which again I don't know why. But apparently that's what Wanda thought. But again, that was back in the good days of the Family Odd Parents. At least how I felt. That was in what I felt like was the good days of it. And I just love, another thing I loved about that episode as well was the hunt. How they always said, you know, with the hunt, and then Cosmo, when Wanda also got the actual hunt on Cosmo, and he said that he's scared of the hunt. And when he always also said that he was scared of the hunt, not just from the end of it too, but other times he also said it too, like, I'm scared of the hunt. It reminds me of the hunt. I'm scared of the hunt. Like, that always was one of my favorite parts. I love that. That was really funny. Just seeing everybody just saying either reminds them of the hunt or they're scared of the hunt. It reminds them of the hunt, they're scared of the hunt. I don't know why. That's just always so funny. And again, I think that would definitely be one of my favorites, golden, I guess, era of the Family Odd Parents. And what I mean by the golden era is the old episodes, the good old episodes with no characters or anything. I mean, like I said, the new episodes aren't terrible, but I just don't like really the new characters. Okay, I'm gonna have to get blown up. That was lucky. I hope somebody saw that, because that was, I don't know what happened there. But speaking of the Family Odd Parents as well, I hope they do, or Purple Lamp also remake some of the Family Odd Parents games that there used to be too. Like, you know, the old PS2 games, which I never honestly played really. Some of them I hear that's okay, some of them I hear it's not that great. But again, you know what one I hope Purple Lamp does decide to remake? Nicktoons Unite. Oh goodness, if Nicktoons Unite ever got remade by Purple Lamp, I would cry, because I love the Nicktoons Unite. I don't know why. It's just one of the best Nickelodeon crossovers games. And it's the first one too. I've learned my lesson not to invade somebody's day. And I've got myself in trouble when I lost my sister's diary key. Oh no. That I was playing when I was 10 years old, but I had no idea. Man, I do not want to imagine how your sister felt when you lost the key to her diary. Which, you know, some diaries have a key, some of them that you say have a voice thing in it, right? Like a voice code. like it, it opening to your voice or to a certain thing that you say or you put as the code, which again probably would be better also, to be honest, because you wouldn't have to worry about any keys being lost. But I hate to hear about that. I couldn't imagine of how your sister felt. Which I don't think any of my sisters ever had a diary. Which, again, I probably, thankfully, never, at least I don't ever recall if I ever even thought of looking in one, obviously. Which, again, I definitely wouldn't. Because, again, like we were just talking about, diaries aren't meant to be invaded. But I won't do it again. And again, it learns your lesson, right? It does teach you a lesson to not invade or look at anything that you're not supposed to, right? That definitely makes you have a good lesson, or it teaches you something, I should say. It does teach you something. I enjoyed Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It's a really great game. And my main character in there is Nigel Thornberry. I can't really choose my main. I mean, besides SpongeBob, but just because I love all the characters. Which again, hopefully I'm going to be getting it for on my birthday. That is what I'm asking for, and maybe my mom is going to get me for my birthday. At least that's the birthday present I told her that'd be great for my birthday. Because I definitely want it for my Switch. I would definitely want it for my Switch. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I saw Canadian Guy's new video on Wumpa League. I did see his new video on Wumpa League, and that's very interesting too. That is very interesting. I found it very interesting and good points too, because everything that we've gotten relates to Crash Bash, right? Something as well. Anything that we've gotten related to Crash Bash, like the hammer. Really, the only time besides Crash Boom Bang, which people don't talk about, is Crash Bash. That's the only time that we remember Crash having, or any Crash characters having a hammer. And the exact same hammer with the Wumpa League logo has, or is the exact same shape as the one in the hammer mini games. And also the token with the fruit, the new token, is the exact same colors as on Crash Bash, right? The team, both teams, the good team and the evil team, which again is very, very interesting. That makes sense too, right? It makes sense too. And I don't know how I never thought of it before. Like, that exactly, I was like, that exactly looks the same. That it exactly looks exactly like the colors that are on Crash Bash. When it's the teams that, when you choose your characters, it looks exactly like the same colors. Did you like my data mine video about you? I did. I definitely did. Yeah, it taught me a lesson and I would never ever touch my twin sister's diary again, especially somebody's diary, because touching somebody's diaries is wrong. Again, that is true. That is right. Oh, 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 oh. I don't know how I didn't get crossed there. I don't know how I didn't get crossed there. That is very lucky. Or I had to be lucky there. Dang it. But again, that's definitely some good things that you do, or it does teach you a lesson. It does teach you a valuable lesson as well. There is going to be a new Cross 5 video that I'm going to be making soon, and it is going to be talking about if power crystals would return in Cross 5, which is going to be quite interesting. I mean, obviously, I won't, or it's going to not be out until next month. But I do want to talk about if crystals are going to return in Cross 5, because again, that's a good question too. 'Cause again, we didn't see them in Cross 4, so, and again, it was like going back to the first Cross game style with the level to level and the maps. So I do wonder as well if Cross 5 will do the exact same as Cross 2 with the warp rooms and again the crystals. Who knows? Which I did talk about if the warp rooms, or could the warp rooms return? Which I think they should. Right? I think warp rooms should come back. Especially if they will do the exact same thing as Cross 2. If they if they did the maps kind of like with the islands in Cross 1 and the level to level having to progress to go to more of the levels, like in Cross 1, maybe they're going to be doing the Cross 2 route formula as for Cross 5. Maybe that's just a prediction though. I mean, that would be interesting too. I would like to see that too. I'd find that very interesting. Oh yeah, most certainly. It's very wrong and not cool at all. Definitely not cool at all and very wrong. You have a great point there. That is something that everybody should know. That is something that everybody would definitely need to know. I mean, obviously, not just from not seeing it from cartoons, but in general, you should know that that is wrong too. Again, not saying it in cartoons like little kids would say how wrong it is to invade somebody's personal privacy. But really, in general, you should not invade anybody's privacy, especially when it comes down to diaries. Again, not just from SpongeBob, not from the Family Odd Parents, but in general, you should definitely not And you really shouldn't do anything like that. Because it would get you nowhere as well. That stuff would get you nowhere. And also paying the consequences. And realizing that you've done a very bad thing too. Which again also makes you also learn a very life lesson as well. Oh, I don't know how I didn't fall there. Oh yeah, this is. Are you talking about the one that I was going to do today, or what? Exactly. Because if you're referring to the one that I was going to do today, it's not going to happen anymore because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the game. I don't know. I don't know where it was. I thought I did know where it could be, but I just couldn't find it. I looked everywhere and I just couldn't find it. And that's why I'm doing Cross 2 today. So there would still have been a stream today. I always wonder what Cortex is saying when it comes to that, right? Like, I know you can't really hear what Cortex is saying, but all you can just hear him say after is, "Remember, I'm counting on you." Like, I always wonder what he's even saying. Komodo Brothers. Hopefully we see them return too. Either as a form of boss fights or characters that we get to play as. Imagine playing as the Komodo Brothers. Like having to throw swords at certain enemies or also throwing them at targets to open passages or solve puzzles. Like that would be cool. Which I can see Cross 5 probably introducing new characters to play as too. Just like how Cross 4 brought Dingodile and Tana as playable characters. And of course Cortex. Yeah, I have not been on Netflix for I don't know how long, obviously. I could just tell you that. I have not been on Netflix in I don't know how long.
Good show, Crash. The Komodo brothers obviously lack your mettle. But now is not the time to get caught. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
Plant food. I just find that name of the level very funny. Like plant food. It's very funny. Just having it be called plant food. And we're gonna do the exact same thing like we did with Hang 8. And that's do the timer gem first and then fall into the water and then just go back and get the rest of the crates that we missed. And that's also not getting any of these checkpoints either. All right. Take your time as well. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. Imagine if I accidentally ran into one of those nitros. How terrible that would have been. Alright, now we can continue to level like normal. Now that we got the yellow gem. I just had to make sure that that would blow up. And another character I'm hoping to see in Cross 5 is Tiny. Either as a form of a playable character or a boss. I would love to see. In either way possible, I would love to see Tiny come back. And obviously Crunch. Crunch, I know a lot of people want to see Crunch in Cross 5. And me too. I mean, we technically saw him in Cross 4. Technically saw him. Not in a way that we expected. Not in a way that you would expect that we saw Crunch. Same like Tiny. We saw Tiny in a way that we didn't expect. But in a form of the paintings or the portraits. And we saw Crunch on one of the monitors in the flashback tapes, and we saw his name and Rude Awakening on the fridge. But hopefully as an actual in-game character, I hope we see. And I could see them rewriting him to fit. Right? I could see them making it work. I mean, obviously, they would have to redo something to not to make him work in Cross 5, unlike in Rapid Cortex. Obviously, they would have to rewrite him somehow to make him fit. Which I know they could. I know they will. I mean, look at what they did with Oxide. Oxide. They've done the same for Oxide as well. He wasn't in the main trilogy, main franchise, or you know, main timeline at the start. He was, of course, in Nitro Fueled, but they made him work in Cross 4. They made him work in Cross 4. So obviously, I know they can do the same for any of the other characters. And they made Ripperoo work as well. Even if he wasn't an actual boss that we expected, he still ended up working in the game as a background and as the 100% ending character. Same with Oxide when he was in the 100% ending. And also, if y'all didn't see one of those videos where I talked about the 100% or cut 100% epilogue, where we see, or where Crash, of course, when he's narrating, Crash talks about Koala Kong, Pinstripe, Papu Papu, basically out at the developers' doors because they chained themselves as well. They were arrested accidentally changing themselves to the wrong building. Again, that's real dialogue too. I did do a video talking about it too. It was unused 100% dialogue. That was not, for some reason, not in the final game. But it mentioned Pinstripe, Qualicong, Papu Papu, and I know one more also. But it mentioned them. I think Ripperoo as well. Ripperoo, Pinstripe, Qualicong, and Papu. But they got arrested by chaining themselves, putting chains to the wrong building. Which I thought that was a pretty interesting dialogue way for a 100% ending that was never used again. Somehow never used. Not sure why, but it's in the game files as well, and you can find it as well on the internet. And of course, that's how I found it, and that's how I made that video talking about it. And obviously, Twinsanity had a 100%, a different 100% ending. Cortex was supposed to congratulate you, and he was supposed to tell you to go to your nearest, I guess, restaurant or store to get the big, juiciest steak and let them know that Dr. Cortex sent you as well. Cortex was supposed to let you know, or tell you that, tell the employees or manager to give you the big, juiciest steak for completing Crash Twinsanity 100%, and tell them that, or tell them that Dr. Cortex sent you. That was for real. That's on Fake Nina's channel, Paul Gardner or Keith Webb's YouTube channel. Two of the developers of Twinsanity. You can find it on part of the Deleted Scenes parts, which, again, I highly recommend. But I find it very funny how that was originally the first one. Crystals. Yeah, I know it is. Who knows when I would do that either way. If I would eventually, which I probably will, I just don't know when exactly. You know, not sure when I would do it. Oh yeah, today's Black Friday as well. Yep, today's also Black Friday. But I could see there being a lot of people, like, probably ain't even loads of parking spaces too because of how full it is. Because you know it's busy when it's Black Friday shopping. When it comes down to Black Friday, oh boy, you know it's going to be busy. Now, I tell you what, yesterday, when I passed my Walmart, it was so weird seeing the parking lots empty. You don't normally see Walmart empty anywhere. You don't see Walmart empty. So it was really weird seeing Walmart empty. Like the whole parking lot empty. You never see stores like Walmart empty or nobody there. Or you never see that often. So it was really odd. It was really strange. My day's doing really good. How's your day going? Basically also chilling after Thanksgiving. Just chilling after having a really good Thanksgiving yesterday. Because I know there are some people in the world that don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but hopefully they had a good day as well. Which that's just very crazy too to think about. That a lot of just a lot of places in the world don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. Like that's odd. Like it would seem like everybody, like you know, everybody would celebrate, no matter what state you're in. But apparently not. Just like how you would on Christmas or New Year's or St. Patrick's or Valentine's or April Fool's, right? But yeah, there is lots of great food there. I had lots of great food, lots of people as well. Lots of my family turned up, which was really great to see. Even some of my family that I have not seen in so long as well got to see yesterday. This again was really great to see. And thankfully I didn't eat so much yesterday. Normally, every Thanksgiving, I always eat way too much. But this year I actually didn't. This year, I actually did not eat too much. You know, the point where you feel like you're sick inside too much eating. I actually did not eat too much that I expected, which was really great. I was actually very happy that I actually did not eat so much because I always tend to eat too much. I'm back. All right. Welcome back. People with different to celebrate things. Yeah, that is true. And some people with different don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Yeah, that is true. But again, that's crazy too. I mean, not in a real, being mean, but still, it's crazy to think. I almost went into Bear Down again, even though I just completed that one. Road to Ruin, which this level ain't too bad. Which, obviously, I can't complete all of this level. I can't complete all of this level because I need to unlock the secret entrance to get most of the crates at the start. Alright, that dust route is going to have to wait because I need to go over here and get the crystal. There we go. Now I can go to the dust route and get the hidden gem. I'm pretty sure if you have somewhere close to 100 or 102%, you can see Fate Crash just dancing. I know in Road Awakening you can. Not too sure about this level. I hate these rotating platforms. I don't know why. They're just so annoying to get past. That was risky, but hey, I take risk. I also take risk. So, how am I already at 67 extra man? That is ridiculous. I'm already at 67 extra man. That is crazy. unbearable. I don't know why, but the B levels, like behaving, which I love that line, behaving, then, you know, you better behave, but it has the name B in it. I just love the punchline on that. But that level and digging it always scared me as a kid, as a little kid, because of the bees. The bees that just chase you so fast. They always scared me as a kid. I don't know why. But that was one of the things that I've always had to let my dad bait for me. I've always had to let my dad bait the level for me because I was just too scared of the bees. I was too scared of the bees to even bait. And also, I was kind of scared also when crust swelled up after you get stung by the bees. I don't know why, but hey, that was when I was little. Right, that was when I was little. And this thing right here, I never knew that was there in the or when I was little. Like, you know how I would not even go down this secret route, and I would just get the crates like normal, and I would always miss the crates in the original, like when I was little, and I was like, where am I missing it? All the time, and I did not know until I had to watch a video, and I just felt so ashamed of myself to never fall down the pit because you don't normally fall down the pit, right? You don't normally fall down the pit there are. So I never knew that that was there. I never knew that this was here, and this is where the gem or the crates that I was missing were. I felt so ashamed of my young self. My young self for not even knowing that there is a secret route down here in the pit that the polar bear falls down. Because again, I don't know why. I just felt so ashamed of myself when I was younger. When I was little, and when I first found it out, I just couldn't believe it. Like all that time, and I just couldn't. And again, that always had to be the last gem I needed. I would have gotten all the other gems, and that would have been the only gem I couldn't somehow get when I was younger because I did not know that this passage was here. A little something from my younger years, I guess I would have shared. I thought would have been interesting to share because I never thought this was here in the when I was younger. I've always done the level. I restarted it, made sure I got all the crates. I got all the crates that there was, but I never went into that secret route down there that we just were because I never knew it was there when I was younger. I just felt so crazy. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it when I was younger because I never knew that there was something down there, and that's the crates that I was missing too. That was the remaining crates I was missing. True story. It is a true story indeed. But that is something that I've always remembered and still remember when I was little. That was especially when it comes to Crash 2. If anybody would tell me what is the most thing that I remember the most when I was little on playing Crash, I would have to mention that. Like, I would have to mention that secret route that I never knew of. I would have to always mention that when it comes to if anybody told me what was the most unbelievable thing that I never knew was there when I was younger, and I would always have to mention this. Especially when it comes to Crash 2. I would always have to mention this because I never knew it was there. For real. I never knew it was there. And also, I never knew where this you know, this area over here. I never thought twice when I was younger to go backwards, or that I could go backwards and go to polar and unlock a secret exit. I never thought that I could do it in the original, or when I was younger, but I never thought to go to unlock totally bare. That was another level that I couldn't unlock either, because I thought you couldn't go back. I thought you weren't able to go backwards of where you were being chased, or polar was going to be there. But again, I had to watch a video to see, and that's when I also found out that it's crazy. When I was a kid, I got struggled by a wasp, not a bee, a wasp. That link I put the link to one of the best Just Dance players of all time. Oh, really? But that's a crazy story. That's crazy to hear about. And I know this is completely going out of what you were the story that you were telling me, your true story that you shared. But a lot of people on the SpongeBob episode Wormy got their fear of bugs. Now, you know, like not just butterflies, but actual bugs due to the close-up on the Wormy episode. I don't know why, but I've seen people say that they got scared for life by got scared so much by the close-up of the Wormy episode of the horsefly close-up that they got scared of just any bug. That's how scared people I've seen say when they were younger that they were, and I see people to this day still saying that are still scared of bugs just from that close up. This is crazy to think that people once were scared of that close up when they were younger and that are still scaring them to this day. And people I've seen also say that they're still getting nightmares from it. Which I would definitely wonder as well of how they even got away with something like that. And again, I can understand too that it can scare children. I can understand. I could understand that it can scare children because that close up is so unexpected and so out of nowhere too. And of course that loud buzzing sound. I mean, honestly, I was never scared of it. I never found it scary. But I know there are some people that got nightmares from it, and that's where they got their fear of bugs, is from that one episode of SpongeBob, a kid show, and they got their fear of bugs there. Which is crazy. Ain't that just hard to believe that? It's just crazy to think that. And people even say that episode is banned in some countries, but I can't find anything that says that. But again, that's just hard to believe too. That people are seeing people say stuff like that. That's where they got their fear of bugs and insects. Where they got their fear of insects from. And that's just very interesting to see and very that's understandable too. I can see how people get scared of it. Could get scared of that scene. Again, it is kind of a horrifying sight. That close up. Because again, very, very uncomfortable. Oh, Tiny, you managed to survive that there. I always like this boss fight. I don't know why. I don't know why I like this boss fight. It's fun to just jump around. on platforms to trick Tiny to falling. I don't know why. It's just so fun, and also funny to just see Tiny fall down and fall for it. That'd be very interesting. That would be really see. This is a lot of people's not liked level when it comes down to the relics. They even say also that the gold relics in this level is a pain, which again, hanging out is a brutal level. I can say it's a brutal level. I can understand that, especially when it comes down to the secret exit. I can't understand of how brutal it is. I mean, trust me, this is another level that I've always had trouble with as a kid. I don't know why, but when I was a kid, I always had trouble with this level too. I just don't know why. This was definitely one of the levels I've always had trouble with. Now, the jetpack levels, when I was younger, and of course I still love them to this day as well, the jetpacks levels, but when I was little, I've always thought being able to fly through space in the jetpack levels was so amusing and so entertaining. I don't know why. I found it so entertaining, the jetpack levels. Just flying through space. I always found that so fun. And of course, I still find it fun to this day. But just when I was little and when I first did that for the first time, I was so amused and thought it was so fun just to be able to just fly around in space. It was so... And of course, another thing in Crash Warp that I was scared of is the Time Twister cutscenes when I was younger. I don't know why, but I was scared of the Time Twister cutscenes. You know, mostly in Trophy, Tiny, and n.sane, I was scared of. But I don't know why, but I was always scared of those whenever those cutscenes happened in Crash Warped. I really don't know why. But again, that was another thing I was scared of when I was little. It's just really tiny, squash puny bandicoots. Can't wait for multiverses so I can beat up Saggy. I know one of my mains is going to be. One of my main characters, I know what it's going to be. It's going to be Batman. Because my favorite DC superhero is obviously Batman. I love Batman. Ever since I was little as well, that was one of my favorite superheroes. I've always just loved the theme of Batman. And of course, the Joker as well. When it came to Batman, Joker is also my favorite villain in Batman. He's definitely one of my favorite Batman villains. Joker and Catwoman. Joker and Catwoman are two of my favorite Batman villains. I also like the Penguin, too. I like the Penguin as well. But especially Catwoman and the Joker. when it comes down to the Batman villains, I love. And I've always also liked the Riddler. The Riddler as well, I also like that villain too. So the Joker, Batman, or the Joker, Cat, and the Riddler are three of my favorite Batman villains I've always loved. And again, I still love the Joker. He's still one of my favorite Batman villains to this day. I would love to see the movie, but the Joker movie, but who knows if I would be able to watch it. And again, it would be sad too because of how Joker is my favorite DC villain. But understandable too, because you know how the Joker is. Now, when it comes down to the Batman movie, that's also another thing too I would hope to see. Most definitely that movie. I wonder how the new Ghostbusters is. As well of just talking about going to the subject of movies. I haven't heard anything of what people think of the new Ghostbusters. You know, the Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't hear. I never or right now hear people talking about how they thought of the movie. I know it released not so long ago. I think a couple days ago. I'm pretty sure, but I bet it's good too. I bet it's good. The new Ghostbusters. I watched some Ghostbusters, not a whole lot of them, but I definitely like the Ghostbusters. I really want to see Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'm trying not to hear any spoilers until I watch it, but I think the 2016 Ghostbusters gets too much hate. I definitely can see as well. I never watched the 2016 Ghostbusters, but I do hear people not liking it. I do hear people not liking that Ghostbusters. I mean, it's probably not the greatest Ghostbusters, obviously, but probably wouldn't be that bad. I mean, obviously, I never watched it because all of the all the things that the movie has are being said of it. But if I watched it, it probably wouldn't be so bad. I mean, you know, considering how a lot of people despise Home Sweet Home Alone, but in my opinion, I've enjoyed that movie. Again, that's just my opinion, but just how I thought. But again, a lot of people you can hear as well despise Home Sweet Home Alone, but which hey, is also a fine thing because Home Sweet Home Alone ain't for everybody. You do gotta know that that movie definitely ain't for everybody. And that's totally fine as well. I mean, hey, it's there if you wanna watch something like Home Alone. It's just definitely something there on Disney Plus if you want to watch. And if you don't want to watch it, that's totally fine as well. I mean, of course, it's not ever going to beat the first two. Of course not. The first two are always going to be the classics. Home Alone 1 and 2 is obviously going to be the classics and never going to beat those. No Home Alone movie could beat 1 and 2. Especially 1. Especially the first movie. I could just say. But like I said before, I did cry at the end of Home Sweet Home Alone. I did cry at the end of it. Oh no. I did not mean to lose Akko. That was a thing I really did not want to do. Okay, I'm actually surprised that B didn't come out. Which, that's actually probably a blessing too that B didn't come out. Oh no, not this part. I gotta get through this part alive. Oh. There we go. Back on the normal route. I just need a checkpoint now. That's what I need. Is a checkpoint. I need a checkpoint. I just need a checkpoint. Thank you. All right. Now I thankfully don't have to worry about going through the death route again. Especially now, I don't have to worry about going through the death route again since I got the checkpoint. But see, that's why the checkpoints are useful. You know what I would really love to see? You know what I would really love to see? A Crash level maker. You know how we have Mario Maker? I want to see something similar but with Crash. Have a Crash game that is where you can make your own levels as well. Do something like with Mario Maker and have it but with Crash. That's something that definitely needs to happen. And I would love to see. Like, for real. I know all of us would want that, too. All of us would want that, too, because we've always dreamed of making our own Crash levels. I mean, besides in Dream, obviously. Dreams, besides that game. I don't know what happened to it, apparently. That's a good question. I'm not too sure what. I didn't delete it or anything. And I know I uploaded it too. I know I did upload it. I just don't know what happened to it. And I can't find it. I don't ever recall deleting it for some reason or anything. I don't know. Ugh. I noticed that SpongeBob SquarePants does not has something that every other TV show and movie has. It's comedy. Let's take this for an example. and no weenies allowed when SpongeBob gets a black eye from Patrick, and while Patrick baits himself up, SpongeBob blinks and his black eye is gone. I know. I'm pretty sure that's like an animation error. Because, you know, there's lots of animation errors. There's a lot of animation errors when it comes to SpongeBob. Like um in Wormy, for example, in Wormy, when the crowd and everybody is getting Sandy, picking up Sandy after she caught Wormy, or what they call the monster, Patrick's face disappears. Like literally, at the end of the episode, when she says that she should go out of town more often, his face disappears. Yeah, his face literally disappears. How creepy is that? Which again is an animation error. Which again, every cartoon would have an animation error too. Every cartoons tend to have animation errors that the makers somehow forget. But it's always, some of them is funny too to see. Some of the animation errors, they're very funny to look at. And like the one you gave, the example you gave with when SpongeBob's black eye disappeared after he blinked. Again, that's most likely an animation error. Or that the SpongeBob crew didn't even think of or notice. This bonus stage reminds me of Dino Dash in Press 4. I don't know why, just because of those crates back there. I don't know why, it just always reminds me of that. There we go. Road to Ruin completed. Whoever made Count Coral's SpongeBob Under Years, the Patrick Star and Sandy Cheeks, the spin-off movie in development, Steven Hillenburg would be so proud of them with their ideas. I could definitely see him being very proud of how the spin-offs are going, because the spin-offs are actually doing well, even if we never expected most of these spin-offs too. Right? Even if we didn't expect to see a Patrick spin-off, it's really great. It's great to see how we have two spin-offs and a live-action Sandy movie in development. And who knows what other spin-offs there will be with characters. Like maybe in the future we'll get a Squidward spin-off or Mr. Krabs or Plankton spin-off, right? I could just see there being more spin-offs when it comes to the characters in SpongeBob. Because again, we got the SpongeBob Under Years, Count Coral, and we got Patrick's spin-off. So again, I could see there being lots of other spin-offs relating to the SpongeBob characters. And hey, I'm all down for as well. Because I feel like a lot of the SpongeBob characters definitely, we all want to say what it would look like if they had their own spinoff, right? I bet we're all like that. Like, always wondered what it would look like if they had their own spinoff. So, and well, we've seen that with Patrick. And we're going to be seeing that with Sandy with her own movie. Most likely sometime next year, because the development didn't start until later this year. But yeah, I could definitely see there being lots more spin-offs too. Lots of more spin-offs. And as well, as long as the SpongeBob crew makes some work as well, it also just depends if the SpongeBob crew could make the ideas work as the form of the spin-offs. Again, we saw that with the Patrick Show. And we saw that with Count Coral as well. We saw that both of those worked as spin-offs. There you go. Got the hidden gem. We're going to have to be careful, though, because we don't have Aku with us this time. And, of course, there being a new Christmas special coming as well, which we do know of the title. We do know of the title as well of this Christmas special. And the plot. We just don't have a title card yet, either. But we do know the plot of this special. All that TNT. Okay, I got an idea. Obviously, that death route ain't going nowhere. So I got an idea, and this also means losing extra men, which again we'll be able to get lots more extra men back. Hopefully, they'll renew season 2 of Count Coral and the Patrick Star Show into the future. I could imagine that, image that. Yeah, I can image that too. I could definitely image it. And hopefully, we could have season 2 of it. Again, we are wasting extra men, but I got an idea. I do got an idea. Watch this. I'm going to get 3 or 2 Aku Akus, so we can just breeze through. There we go. And see, we got plenty more extra men, so it's fine. Right, it's fine as well. And I always do this most of the time, too. I always do this most of the time, too. And it definitely comes down to this Aku right here. And we can just do like we did earlier. Look at this. We could just slide on across. A very simple and efficient way. Okay, even if we did get crushed, but it's fine. Here we go. Yeah, I said imagine. I said imagine. I do apologize. Again, I always tend to always do the opposite, say the opposite for some reason. I always tend to always mess up saying the opposite. And hey, look, a checkpoint. You got a checkpoint right here. But yeah, I always tend to do that. Dang it. Did not mean to spin there. I'm glad we got a checkpoint. That part is just crazy back there. Oh, yeah. Speaking of these porcupines, I thankfully never got poked by one. Which I don't want to know how it feels to get poked by one. I hope I would never have to get poked by one. Or accidentally get poked by one. I mean, I know what stuff like needles or pointy things are and how it feels to get poked, but I hope not by porcupines. I'm hoping I would never have to get poked by. Like, I'm really hoping any porcupines, I hope I would never get poked by. Or I hope I would never get skunked either. Because, oh boy, that would not end well either. Who lives in a banana under the sea? I remember that episode where SpongeBob was trying to find a new house because of the main thing that Squidward did, making SpongeBob have to leave his home, even though he just poured pepper all over SpongeBob's house. But remember the different theme songs? I love that. That was a good episode. I can't remember what episode it was called or what season it was. I think it was season 10. Might have been. I think it was season 10. I can't exactly remember, but if I remember, I think it was season 10. Maybe. Again, I'm not too sure. And can't remember what the episode was called. But I know that's what the episode was about. I just can't remember the title. Most episodes I would remember, or I would know the plot, but I can't remember the title. I would always can't remember the title. I don't know why. Oh yeah, Nitros. Oh, I thought I was gonna fall there, but thankfully I didn't. Ouch. I'm surprised that doesn't even kill the monkey eater. We could just fall down to get back to where we were before. Bonus stage. But SpongeBob, we're not cavemen. We have, oh yeah, the classic line, wait, SpongeBob, when they're trying to get the paint off of Mr. Krabs' dollar. Nothing's working. Wait, SpongeBob, we're not cavemen. We have technology, and then just slams the computer on the dollar. Like, really, Patrick? You know it's not going to work. You can say why the first 3 seasons were the best, right? You can say why the first 3 seasons before the first movie were the bestest. You know, the also known as the Steven Hillenburg era. The Steven Hillenburg era when he was working on the show. Why it was definitely the greatest. That's what the first 3 seasons are. The golden / the Steven Hillenburg era. I mean, don't get me wrong. The seasons after the first movie and the original end of SpongeBob that was supposed to be. Because remember, Steven Hillenburg's original plan was to end SpongeBob with 3 seasons and the first movie. The first movie was basically going to be the series finale. The series finale. Steven Hillenburg's original plan was. But again, more people wanted to work on the show, and SpongeBob was very popular, so they just couldn't cancel it or anything. So they continued it, and now we have 13 seasons and 3 movies, and 2 spin-offs and a spin-off movie with Sandy on the way. Even if most of the seasons or some of the seasons aren't really good. I'm looking at season 6 and 7. I'm looking at 6 and 7. They weren't really the greatest seasons of SpongeBob. I could just say. Season 6 and 7 really weren't the greatest seasons. Because they had, both seasons had some bad episodes in them. Oh, really? I don't think I ever got hurt by any of that either. I mean, I might be wrong, but oh, here's the funny punchline: behaving, be with BEE spelling B. I love it. I love it. Behaving. Like you better behave. I'm sorry, it's just so funny. The punchline that they give is always so funny. Again, can you say why or how I was scared of these bays when I was little? Y'all can say how and why I was scared of the bays in this level when I was little, because they are fast and terrifying too, because they go super fast. They are super fast and terrifying too, because they are just mostly super fast, and they just constantly chase you, it feels like. Now, here's something else. Here's a funny story when I was little too. I never knew these nitros were fake. I never knew this was where you would get the purple gem when I was little. I never knew. I know the purple gem was in this level, but I never knew where to get it until I had to watch the video when I was little to notice that the nitros were fake, and I figured out the purple gem was here. Again, another true story. which again was really crazy, and I was actually very shocked too. I was shocked about it. I wasn't annoyed that I didn't know it was there. I was just shocked because again, you would never expect the nitros to be fake or anything, but those nitros in general, they were just fake ones. And you can tell that there were fake ones because they weren't bouncing either. They weren't bouncing like normal crates would or moving. So I exactly knew those had to not be real nitros. And similar to the wall and the eel deal, I never knew the green jump was there because, again, you would never know that the wall was fake until you walk into it. And also, it's a room filled with nitros, so you would expect it to be a fake room or just a dead end, I guess. Yeah, you would really think it would be a dead end, but it actually ain't. I got a challenge for you to try to beat crosswords about time without hitting any checkpoints. Oh, that should be interesting. You know, that should be interesting. And I know people try beating crossword it's about time without breaking any crates, but are trying to break not as many crates as they can, but checkpoints, that could be interesting. That would be interesting. I never thought of that. I should try that. I should try that. Drop the controller.
Forced me to assist him in his plot for world domination, and he's at it again. He will attempt to stand in our way. Be on your guard, Crash.
Deliver the crystals.
To engine.
Deliver the crystals to engine. I love that line. I don't know why, I just love that line. Deliver the crystals to engine.
I got the cortex and 20 crystals you collected to me.
I still got the engine line there. Again, Press 4 is about times. Engine boss fight is again the bestest. The stage dive with the weapon of mass percussion is the bestest engine boss fight. Not only in the trilogy, but in the franchise. And I find it weird how in the n.sane trilogy, the line where after you defeat Engine when he says Master will be very displeased with your resistance, prepare to suffer his wrath. That line is not in the n.sane trilogy. If you did not know, that line in the original is not in the n.sane trilogy. It was cut for some reason. Or yeah, it was not put back in, as I find it really strange. I found it very strange that that line was not in the n.sane trilogy. And of course, in Press 4, I could cheat. You can cheat Engine. You can cheat Engine's boss fight, which that's mainly what I do. I cheat his boss fight. Whenever I do Engine's boss fight in Press 4, I cheat it. I cheat his boss fight. Which again, it's just so fun to cheat his boss fight and skip all his phases that he has. What's wrong, Jen? Am I destroying your robot? Come on, one more hit. Or somehow that did not do it. Got him. Bye, Jen. Again, he doesn't say the line after you defeat him, like in the original. So me and your best friend have the same fear with the bees, which is great to know. I wasn't the only one, and I am. When I was in summer camp, when I was 9 years old, some of the campers made fun of me that I was afraid of the wasp and bees. I was such a scaredy cat. Well, that was not nice for them to make fun of you on that. I hate to hear that. Neocortex, be on your guard, Crash. Use the platform to deliver the crystals to Engine. Yeah, Vicarious Visions forgot to put that line after Engine's boss fight. What's wrong with them? Aren't they lazy to do voice acting? Right? That's what I wonder. Again, the same that Engine line, and also the cutscene with after you collect the 5 crystals, and where Cortex says about looking out for enemies. Some of them you may even recognize. That was also cut in the n.sane trilogy. Which Cogmonkey or Beta M and I think Cogmonkey also uploaded it on their channel. What the cutscene would have been in the n.sane trilogy if it wasn't cut. But it was cut as well. That cutscene was cut too. And it just seems random now because after Cortex says, I will communicate with you after you retrieve the 5th crystal, and then after the 5th crystal, there's no cutscene because it was cut. So he just says, I'll communicate with you after you retrieve the 5th crystal, and he never communicates to you again until after Rippero's boss fight. Which again, it was cut. For some reason, Vicarious Visions did not decide to include that. And of course, the fact that they never brought the original soundtrack as well as a toggle, but Nitrofield and Reignited did, which I find very crazy how Vicarious Visions never did that for Crash n.sane Trilogy. Bringing the toggles to switch between the original and the remade musics. Which again, I have no clue why. But for some reason, Vicarious Visions never did that. At least we got the original soundtrack from the first 3 games in Cross 4 in the flashback tapes. At least we got the original music for the flashback tapes. Which, again, I really love that they did that. Yeah, I think Vicarious Visions are lazy for adding classic ways in Crash Bandicoot n.sane Trilogy. No wonder Vicarious Visions had been merged into Blizzard Entertainment. Well, good riddance. Wonder why his main and yeah, I'm not too sure what his main is. I'm not too sure. I don't think he told me. Or he may have. I just can't remember exactly what he said that his main was. But again, I can't really choose a main like I can in Nitro Fueled, for sure. It's just definitely hard because there's so many characters to choose from. But I definitely think Vicarious Visions were lazy on that because they didn't even do any of that, adding back in the n.sane trilogy that was in the original. Same on Vicarious Visions. Same on them. Same on them. But they should be a same. Same on Vicarious Visions. Dang it, I lost my Akku. This ain't good. Okay, we're good now that we got a checkpoint. We're good now that we got a checkpoint. Oh, I thought I was going to make it. Keep having to clear my throat for some reason. And the good thing is... There we go. Much better. There was something stuck in my throat. I had to clear out. Which I hate when that happens. I hate when you have something stuck in your throat that you don't even notice it at first. Oh. There you go. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. That's what I would think. Rocket. The jetpack levels. Again, I love the jetpack levels. Especially the music. The music of this. Definitely one of my favorite levels in Crest 2 is both of those jetpack levels. And of course with Polar. Oh, I'm always so cautious when it comes to that. I don't know why. I'm always so scared when it comes to that. Because I don't want to get electrocuted too by the lab assistant. So I just went in the exact direction that it was gonna laser at. Dang it! The exact same thing that just happened. Like, wow. Oh, I don't know how I made it through that, but we did it. Again, I just love the flashback. Or, well, yeah, I love the flashback levels too, but I love the rocket levels. Just imagine if we had something like that in Spyro, where Spyro's in his spacesuit and night shield, and he's flying in space as a level. Just imagine it. Or you're in space, like maybe on the moon or something, and Spyro's in his spacesuit and from Nitrofield. Imagine if they brought that into Spyro 4. That would be very interesting. Now this death route is definitely easy. Or, well, I wouldn't, I guess, say easy just to... I meant easy for just because I just have to get the death gem. Or, well, not the death gem, but, you know, the gem. And then just... I could just get hit by the enemy and go back to the normal path. That's... I don't know why I was trying to make it so difficult to say. But... I mean, of course, I didn't have to jump on those crates back there, because the nitro could have taken care of them, but at least I did it anyway. At least did it anyway. Oh, I thought I was gonna fall. $90 extra men. And to get the 2 crates back here, I just have to jump over this pit, jump over this one, and simply just grab those 2. There you go. And just go back to the normal route. Because those are really the only crates right there. Level completed. Pack attack. Let's go to pack attack. Yeah, Spyro's got a new breath ability when he wears a spacesuit. That was so amazing. Just imagine too. Just imagine if we get a space level with Spyro in his spacesuit. That would be so cool. Why don't we have something like that yet? Right? Why don't we have a level focused on space, in space, and or a home world in space? If not a level, then a whole home world in space that Spyro can use his suit in, his spacesuit from Nitrofield. Like, I don't know, we haven't got that yet. And the Winter Guardian Spyro can also be used as well, which I hope it will also be used too. But just imagine if that's also in Spyro 4. The Winter Guardian Spyro. Which a lot of skins from Nitrofield I could see coming in Spyro 4 being used. And who knows? Baynox. If Baynox are indeed the developers for Spyro 4, then yeah, they can use their skins that they brought for Spyro from Nitrofield into Spyro 4. They could be the ones that they can bring their own skins that they made to the game. that's definitely what they can do, because they made those skins. They made those skins for Spyro. So, and if they are the ones making the game, Spyro 4, then they can bring those skins that they made, just bring them over to Spyro 4. I could definitely see that being what they should do. And I would love that too. I would really love to see that. I would just really love to see that. Awesome, sorry. One day, can you make a video of you eating food and reviewing that food? I know I did that with some ice cream before, of like, you know, the different kind of combinations and toppings that I put together, and I reviewed of how I liked it. I can't exactly remember what exactly I put on that, but I remember doing that kind of review on that. The color gem root. We're obviously going to do this part first. Go ahead and get it knocked out. Oof. That's always so. I wonder if I could make that jump. I doubt it, but if I slide. Yeah, I made it. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if I probably would be able to, but if I just did a combo like that, yeah. Because I do not trust those enemies, those tentacle enemies. I just do not trust those. I just do not trust those enemies. I just do not trust those enemies. Oh, we're going to get to 99 extra man. Yeah, look. Gotten to 99 extra man. The max extra man that we could get. Yeah, we can't get any more extra men. Just because we got all the extra men we could get. Now, if we were in the first cross game, we could get to like 300 extra men. Like, yeah, that's doable. You can get to 300 or over 99 extra men by a glitch that never was patched. You could obviously do that in the n.sane trilogy. I'm pretty sure in the original you could too, but especially in the n.sane trilogy you could do that. Dang it. Again, I do not like Spaced Out. I do not like this level. Especially some of the obstacles in this level too, I just do not like. Especially when it comes down to this part right here. Like, see, I just die by those stupid squid robotic things. It's so annoying. It's just so aggravating. Especially when it comes down to the relics. When it surely comes down to the relics, it's very aggravating. There we go. Again, it's just always so aggravating at times when it's like that. Okay, good. Bonus stage. You know, you should learn how to read and write more. No offense. I am trying my best. I don't know why I just slid there. You can't go back to school, but like I said before, school isn't important if you're still a teenager. No offense. Again, I am trying. Just can't. One of the biggest things that I have trouble with. And just like how I can't tie my shoes. I'm almost 18 and I still can't learn how to tie my shoes. I mean, that's true as well. Again, I'm almost 18 in 13 days and still can't tie my shoes by myself. And I can't make up my bed by myself either. Or make any other foods by myself either. All I can make by myself is toast and cereal. That's all I could make. And I could heat up leftovers and stuff if I know what numbers to put them on. That's the things I can do. Alright, we've made it. Cortex time. I know I'll get people offended and stuff and upset and mad with that stuff too. But again, I can't help it. Can't help it. It would seem like people said no with that. No offense, Cedar.
Engine, what's happening?
What's that?
What's that? Is she stealing our signal?
Crash, cortex.
I just love that.
Crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's gonna harness the force and use it to power the super cortex vortex he's built on his space station. One blast and the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's mindless slaves. Crash, don't let her have those crystals.
Engine, you fool! She's telling him everything. Oh, yes, we're back now. Pardon the
Interrupts.
interruption. Crash, bring me crystals.
Hence the title of this stream. Bring me crystals. Bring me the crystals. Don't bring Cortex to crystals. Bring me to crystals. And I love in the n.sane trilogy on here that Cortex is actually holding a power crystal, and in the original he ain't. I like that. I did talk about this on a video a while back, talking about how this is probably one of the weakest Cortex boss fights in the franchise, and in the trilogy too. I don't know why, I just always find this one to be probably one of the weakest ones of Cortex's boss fights.
You haven't seen the last of me, Crash Bandicoot.
You know, But it's still really cool to fly through space and check cortex. And I love this too. I love this thing. I love how the crab just takes Cross away. He just grabs Cross's foot and drags him away. And in the original, he doesn't. I love that little touch that Vicarious Visions did, making the crab actually drag Cross away. That's really funny. That's a really funny touch on Vicarious Visions' part. Him actually. Oh, look what we also got by getting the gems. Yeah. You're acquired all of the gems. Incredible. I got 100%. See, it's weird because on here he's against Cortex, but on Cross 4 he's back with Cortex, right? After destroying the space station, and Breo's back with Cortex on Cross 4. Like, it's very interesting. Right? Because Cross 1, he's with Cortex. Cross 2, he's against Cortex. Cross 4, he's with Cortex. Like, that's really strange. Yeah, I understand, my friend. I totally get what you're going with, so I definitely see what you're saying. And I love how the laser that he made is on the ruins of Cortex's castle from the first game. I just love it. And you can see the other islands from the first game. And this little touch, too. The space station falling down to Earth that leads to Cross Warp. I did not know that I could do it right there. Why is it doing that? I'm not even near any levels. Why is it doing that? Why? That is odd. That is weird. All right, relics. It's time for our favorite part. Yeah, it's a funny glitch. It's time for everybody's favorite relics. Oh man, I love them. Oh, how I love the relics. Right? Oh, how I love the relics. That was a good start. I especially love Cross 4's relics with getting all platinum. And of course, we're starting from the secret warp room to the top. I just feel like that would be an easier method to do. Oh, no. Oh, we jumped. Yeah, I definitely hate glitches. Once they just sneak in, too. There are things that the developers also would not even know, too. Or would not even know that was there. But that's also good for also fixing them, too. I only got one crate. I did not mean to. I was trying to get the whole stack of crates back there, but I didn't. For some reason, I didn't. Mm. This level is definitely one of the hardest when it comes to the relics too. So it kind of makes sense. This one always gets me. There we go. I got those stack of crates that time. You gotta boast when you can too. Or you gotta know exactly where and when to boast. That's the thing too. You gotta exactly know when and where to boast. Which it can be hard too when it comes down to Polar's levels. You just gotta figure out where and when to boast. And the first relic we get is platinum. The first relic we get is platinum. Wow. How about that? Totally fly. All right, here we go with some not writable level here. Where we actually get to properly run. Somehow managed to survive that. And we get a platinum. We get a platinum. We get a platinum relic. Also, I think it would be safe to say that we better save the progress right quick before we... There you go. I didn't do that the whole entire time. I did talk about, speaking of relics, I did talk about in a video talking about how there was originally going to be relics in Twin Sanity, which I don't know how that would have been for an open world, right? If you play Twin Sanity, you know it's open world. I wonder how the relics would have worked in an open world game with Twin Sanity. I mean, I think it definitely could have worked too. But again, I definitely would have loved to see how it could have worked if the relics were implemented. Like, again, you could have seen one of the icons. Ugh, I hate these pets. So annoying. Especially when you time the jumps wrong. When you time the jumps wrong, it especially is annoying. Normally I can get the platinum relic on this level, but when it comes down to the pets, I've always had trouble with it. And I still get platinum, even with the mistake I did. And I was just talking about how I would not be surprised if I didn't get platinum. And lo and behold, I did. The 3 relics we gotten with platinum. We gotten 3 platinum relics so far. Snow Go. Almost this first warp room done too. We gotten the secret warp room and almost the first warp room's relics done. You know. Sorry, I had to look at something. Really? We were on a great run there. I was on a great run there. That was perfect. That was a great run. I was feeling really confident. I was feeling confident there. Dang it, did not mean to crouch. Oh, I hate when that happens. I hate when I accidentally crouch. So annoying. It's always so annoying when you accidentally crouch and you don't mean to. It's always aggravating. Platinum. Not surprised. Which, to be honest, I did get all the platinum relics in this or in Crash 2 before, and I promised myself I would never try to get all the platinum relics again after I did it because it was so annoying. I mean, in Nitro Field and Crash 4, it's different, but in here, there. Platinum. Again, all the relics I gotten so far were platinum. And most of them I weren't even trying. I wasn't even trying most of them. The pets. Another pet-like level that, again, are so annoying when it comes down to the pets itself. I really did not mean to get the top crate. I meant to get the bottom one. That's what I was aiming for, but I got the top one instead. So I missed the time crate. I don't know what path is actually faster, to be honest. I don't know what path is faster. Ugh. Again, I hate going in those pets. They're so annoying. You can accidentally just stumble across in the pet, and it's just so annoying. But we got platinum, so that was fun. We got platinum. It's good. It's so good. There you go. Platinum. 2 warp rooms with all platinum. 2 warp rooms with all platinum relics. All right, 2 warp rooms completed already. Right quick, we better do this. Do a quick save right quick. To warp room 2. What? Wait, what? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I clicked the up button. And also, I hope I wasn't the only one who saw that. That was funny. Even if I were the only one to see it, that was funny. That was hard. I didn't even get the timer. And I'm dead. Oh, I don't know how I didn't get hit there. And I missed that crate. And I was crouching. Platinum. The first relic that's actually not platinum. I might have actually was close to platinum, but again, I'm not focusing on platinum. I'm not going to go through that route of pain. If I would want to get all platinum, I would do Cross 4. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there. If you are still tuning in, definitely let me know. I'd love to know. You are the one that's tuning in. Platinum. We gotten 7 platinum relics so far. Man, I can't believe we almost got 3 warp rooms done already. That's how fast we're going. That just comes to show how fast we're going with these. And how fast we're getting them done. Crap, I don't know why I just missed that. That's important, but oh well. Always hate the electrocutions because they're always so tight from each other. It's always so tight. Dadgummit. Well, that run's dead. I just had to slide straight into a nitro. And I hit that exact same mine. There's just so many scattered. I just feel like there's just so many scattered. Oh, I just saw fake crash. I just saw fake crash dancing. I don't know if y'all might have caught it, but I just saw fake crash dancing. How we did on this one. Platinum. Great. Good, great. The eel deal. The eel deal. We're knocking these platinums or these relics out of the park for real. We are surely knocking these platinum relics too, but these relics out of the park. Like seriously, we're showing them who's boss. We are showing these relics who's boss. You know, I could have probably gone there, but you know, I didn't want to risk it. Dadgummit. That run's dead. We're just gonna have to go for it. I didn't care that I got hit. We still had to go for it. Go down, go down. Look at that. For real. Do a quick save. Plant food. Again, we already knocked out 3 warp rooms already. In a span of probably a few minutes. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Really? That run was going so smooth until I had to mess it up. Again, that run was going so smooth, I just had to mess it up. Well, hey, that's what the Aku was for. And I wanted to get those, but the game decided not to let me, so. Yeah, if I would have gotten those crates, I could have gotten platinum, but the game decided, no, you're not going to get those. So, again, that was just the game telling me that I wasn't supposed to get those, apparently. So, that's the thing. That's why I couldn't get those. Sooner or later. Oh, dang, I don't like this one. Especially how you have to try to keep all 3 Akus on you, too. Or it'll be best to keep all 3 Akus on you at all freaking times. This run's dead. And that run's dead, too. I mean, it's best that you get all 3 Akus. It's because you could just breeze through once you have all 3 Akus, but apparently I'm not doing well at keeping one. And of course I had to miss that one crate back there. If I probably could have done that better, I probably could have gotten platinum, but oh well. I tried my best. I tried my best as good as I can. I tried everything that I could, but I failed. Okay, I failed. It felt good. We all make those mistakes once in a while. Really? Wow. It's funny. The last comment was when I just noticed that somebody was here is the I hate the glitches. I hate glitches, which was pretty funny. Not too sure where everybody went. I mean, I'm not mad or anything, or upset or anything. I just find it very funny. I see somebody's here, which is great. It's really good to see. Oh, I caught myself somehow. Don't know how I caught myself there. Platinum. Pretty much all the polar levels I've done so far was platinum. Well, really, that's all the polar levels, besides, I guess, Totally Bare. But I mean, with the whole level based on polar. I mean, we've done them all. But Unbearable just has that one polar section at the end. I don't know why body slam. That one's dead. Okay, somehow I survived that. Sometimes I could get platinum in this level too. Again, most of the time I can get it, but most of the other times I can't. There you go. That's all right. That's all right. Unbearable. Again, the amount of speed that we're getting these warp rooms completed is insane. Because this is the fourth warp room, counting the secret warp room completed, pretty much, after this level. And we only got 2 more warp rooms of the relics to go, which is crazy. Which the polar bear could have gotten that. Well, Which the giant polar bear in this level always reminds me of the mechanical bear. Right, because it's a giant polar bear, so it makes sense that it would be a similarity to the mechanical bears from Crash Bash. The same pit! The same pit I fell into twice. The same exact pit I just fell in twice. That is ridiculous. That is crazy how I fell into the exact same pit twice. I think that was a third time too. I think this level is starting to hate me. This level. Finally, we reached this point. We actually reached one of the points right here. This is great. Again, there's just so many pets in this level, too. Like the amount of pets is crazy. I had to take my time there. Yeah, I don't think this is platinum. You know, it'd be crazy if it is. And it is. Wow. All right. Platinum. Again, another quick save right quick before we get to the next warp room. I always like to try to do a quick save before we get to the next warp rooms. 2 warp rooms to go. 2 warp rooms to go. And warp room 5. We're almost there. Oh, hanging out. Oh. And I'm already dead. Wow. Oh, I do not like this one. I don't know how, but that was just bravery. That was just bravery right there. That's all I could say, is bravery. Bravery has taken unfold there. Again, this level is a mess when it comes to the relics. It is a freaking mess when it comes to the relics. Like, I don't know why. It's just so ridiculously insane. Just don't know why. And hey, this one I'm actually of not getting platinum on. Digging it. Again, the punchlines. The punchlines with this, with the level names is funny. The punchlines just get you. The end bet will get that one. Oh well. Hey. Again, that's what Akkus are for, is to protect you. Oh no, the electric gates. And again, when it comes down to the time trials, you just gotta make sure that you time everything perfectly too. There you go. And that's a platinum. Even though we had to wait for the electrocution, we still managed to do it. Oh, the release candidate. The release candidate 1 or 2 and have released today. 2 and 3, I'm pretty sure, have released today. I just saw. I know a new release candidate just released for 1.18. And of course, if you do have no clue what a release candidate is, it's basically the wrapping up versions of basically development of an update. So we are now on a new candidate. And again, with the update releasing Tuesday, we are closer than ever. The release candidates are coming out, and the update or the release is getting closer and closer each day by the second. The update gets closer by the second. People say the death route is faster. I mean, you don't get crates, obviously, but you do, again, get 3 Akkus, as I'm going to try to do. Which, again, people do use the death routes. platinum. Look at that. And of course, Cold Hard Crash is a heck of a level, pretty much. So hitting platinum on it is just a dream come true. Road Awakening. Or not Road Awakening. Ruination, sorry. Road Awakening. We're not on Crash 4. Again, we can still get 3 Akkus without that one up the top. We can still get 3 Akkus. Oh, there went Fake Crash. Y'all probably could have saw him for a split second. Again, I couldn't stop and say hey to Fake Crash because, well, we're on a time limit right here. Well, that runs dead. But y'all could have saw Fake Crash. Or may have had a chance to see Fake Crash. Again, y'all could have saw him. You may have saw him. Again, just because of how fast I was going, it's kind of hard to spot Fake Crash. But again, if you just look very closely before I ran by, y'all could have saw him. Or y'all may have still saw him too. Now this part is nightmare. Because again, you're trying to stay on, but you're also trying to not rush either. I'm trying not to rush it either. So, but again, you can still get 3 Akkus by not just the bouncy crate, and that's platinum. Behaving. You better behave yourself. I'm so funny. These B punchlines. I am just as surprised of how this run went. That's obviously platinum. I want to see where I was on the leaderboard. It makes me curious. Where was I on the leaderboard, man? Because that run was solid. Y'all saw me make no mistakes in that. I want to see where I am on the leaderboards on that. 55, 55, 44, obviously. Not where I was, but I was one away. I was one more away from the world record. I was one more away from the world record. That's how close I was. I was literally so close to getting a world record and behaving. That would have been sweet if I would have gotten a world record. I was close. I was close to a world record. I mean, I never really gotten a world record before, but at least not that I ever can recall, but I almost got a world record. If I would have been a little bit more faster, I could have gotten a world record. I was so close to getting it. Like, I was so close to getting that world record. That is just crazy. I'm actually quite impressed. I'd be more impressed if I'm not doing so badly in this level, right? I'd be more impressed. Dadgum. Again, we've made it to the final warp room with the final 5 relics that we need for that 102 completion. 102% completion. I don't know what I was doing there. Obviously wasting the time that I needed there. There was nothing I could have done about it really, so how do I care with that? Trying to slide jump across it, but obviously that failed. That enemy had to be in my path. It's over for me. I'll take my leave. All right. Catch you next time if you have to leave, my friend. Because this stream is almost over too. Because we almost gotten all the relics. Oh, I thought he was going to piss me off. Yeah, honestly, I thought he was going to piss me off, but nope. Can't believe we're almost done, just like we did in the Crust 3 stream, where we've beaten the whole game 108%, and how we're about to do it 102% in this in one stream. About to collecting everything by one. This is crazy. Which that just shows how good I am too. Definitely just comes to show how good I am. Oh, there was Spike Cross I saw. There you go. Platinum. Platinum. Night fight. Night fight. Let's go. It's got 2 relics after this. That's a platinum. Like, wow. Pack attack. That was my fault. Wow. I don't know what that crate is even there for. Right, I've always wondered. Because, like, it's always there for some reason. You never know what it's for. Right, like, I don't know what it's for. Why'd I do that? That lab assistant always is doing that whenever I open that door. Scary too. Dang it! These jetpack levels aren't that difficult. Apparently, I'm having a time here. And I just got to knock Aku, and I just wasted it. About happened again. It about happened again. All right. Spaced out. Oh boy, not this one. Oh boy, not this one. Again, the worst for last. We just so happened to save the worst for last, didn't we? Or we just so happened to do that. Dang it. No, we could have made that. There you go. That is 102%. Yay! We've done it! We've done it! Woo! Yay! Woo! $102%. Look at that. 20 out of 25 power crystals. 42 out of 42 gems, including the colored gems. And 27 out of 27 relics. And 20 platinum relics and 7 relics. And that will conclude today's stream. I do hope y'all enjoyed. Hit the like button, subscribe for me. Make sure all notifications turned on so you don't miss anything new on my channel. And let me know in the comment section down below. And so what did y'all think about this stream? And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.